So it seems like all the stuff between James Talarico, Stephen Colbert, and the quote free speech suppression that's been going on today has all been a lie. I'll tell you why they did this. First, James Talarico made a post saying, Trump's FCC refused to air my interview with Stephen Colbert. That was a lie. Stephen Colbert said CBS and the lawyers there prevented him from airing that interview. Also a lie. So CBS responded to this accusation saying the Late Show was not prohibited by CBS from broadcasting the interview with Rep. James Talarico. The show has provided legal guidance that the broadcast could trigger the FCC equal time rule for two other candidates, including Representative Jasmine Crockett. Presented options for how the equal time for other candidates could be fulfilled. It was Late Show itself that decided to present the interview through its YouTube channel. So now the reason why they did this. Stephen Colbert is leaving his show in May. He really has nothing to lose for calling CBS out right now. He needs something to do going forward, and a video getting 2.5 million views on his personal YouTube channel definitely helps. And I think the bigger, more obvious reason why he did this is he wants James Talarico to win. Because remember, the equal time rule applies to the direct opponent of the election he's currently in, which is Jasmine Crockett. It's not any Republicans, it's Jasmine Crockett. Stephen Colbert could have easily just set up an interview with her, but he didn't want to do that because he wants him to win. This is Stephen Colbert giving his endorsement without officially giving his endorsement. And I think Jasmine Crockett fans should be more mad about this than anyone.
So now that it is crystal clear that CBS works for the feds.
We did receive information suggesting that the federal government did not shut down this segment, number one. That is my understanding, that the federal government didn't shut this down. And we will do an official statement once we get another official statement that we anticipate is going to be coming from Paramount. All right, so we will read what they say, and then we'll go from there.
Something happened yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. I have a lot of videos I'm about to show you. When you take a look at this, CBS just called out their old host, Stephen Colbert, and Dems Senator James for lying by claiming Trump FFC blocked their interview from airing on TV. In a statement, CBS said Colbert was not prohibited from broadcasting the interview with Representative James. The show was provided legal guidance that the broadcast could trigger the FCC equal time rule for two other candidates, including Representative Jasmine Crockett, and presented options for how the equal time for other candidates could be fulfilled. So Colbert didn't want to have Jasmine Crockett on, so he made up an excuse saying the AFC by his interview. That should tell you a lot about this guy. Their politics is always clear.
You know who is not one of my guests tonight? That's Texas State Representative James Talarico.
I don't usually say this to a guest, but if people are watching this right now, it's because they found us online on YouTube. I did an act of the show that's on tonight explaining why. FCC opening probe into The View after appearance by Talarico. Do you mean to cause trouble?
We're about to flip Texas.
I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican, this should piss you off.
What's up, America? The Trump administration investigates The View. Yeah, I don't like The View either, but damn. And why is the Trump administration investigating The View? Well, the FCC says it's launching a probe into ABC's The View amid a crackdown on equal time for political candidates. The FCC representative told Fox News, quote, "Fake news is not getting a free pass anymore." Last month, the FCC said it would require broadcasting networks to adhere to the statutory equal opportunities requirement, citing a Communications Act of 1934. Now, that doesn't also just include The View, but that also includes late night talk shows as well. Basically stating like people like Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Meyers and Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of The View as just propaganda or political mouthpieces for the left-leaning parties in America. And then also doing everything they can to try to curtail, hinder, or remove right-wing people and candidates or any voices from those said networks and shows. So apparently the appearance of Texas Democrat Senator James Talarico triggered the probe. So that's happening, and I guess The View's being investigated, as well as a lot of other networks, for not being equal with political standings, or at least the allowance of the voices to be on those networks. So this can be seen as good and bad. Bad because some people say it might force left-leaning channels to adopt right-leaning attitudes, or at least narratives.
Last night, I filmed an interview with Stephen Colbert on The Late Show. And as you probably know by now, Trump's FCC colluded with corporate media executives at CBS to keep that interview off the air. But I think it's safe to say that their plan backfired. I think Donald Trump and his billionaire friends know that we're about to take back Texas. And these are the same people who ran against cancel culture. And now they're trying to control what we watch, what we say, what we read. And this is the most dangerous kind of cancel culture, the kind that comes from the top. They went after The View after I went on there. They went after Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke they didn't like. They went after Stephen Colbert for telling the truth about Paramount's bribe.
These people are lying, and the lady opposing this guy, Jasmine Crockett, when you take a look at this tweet, Jasmine just touched the narrative. She is out here defending the faith and straight up calling out Stephen Colbert plus James for lying about Trump, pulling the interview, equal time rules.
I have done Colbert a number of times. If you paid attention, I've done Colbert a number of times, I've done The View a number of times, I've done Kimmel a number of times. I've done all these shows a number of times. We did receive information suggesting that the federal government did not shut down this segment.
Here's what happened, folks. Last night, I talked to Texas Senate candidate James Talarico, but it wasn't on the show. It wasn't on the show. We put the interview on our YouTube channel because of something called the equal time rule. And that rule says that if a show on broadcast television has a qualified candidate on during an election, they have to offer equal time to all that candidate's opponents. It's a pretty famous rule, but here's the thing.
Even CNN is struggling to lie. If you watch Jasmine, she has appeared there many times. Now this person, that should tell you alone. These rules are very okay to balance everything. When I see Stefan coming out to lie about this whole thing, I was like, what is going on here? Initially, when I saw this report, I was really, at some point, I was doubting, like, what is happening? CBS came out immediately and debunked that. That was amazing. That should tell you something. These people have lied for a very long time. And when it's time for them to, hold them accountable, it always becomes a problem. When you take a look at these, Stephen Esme is mad that he can't break AFC rules anymore by only having Democrat candidate on his show, so he throws a tantrum like a 5-year-old instead. For a very long time, this is what they're doing. Always taking up Democrat candidates, showing that is insane, right? On January 21st of this year, a letter was released by AFC chairman and small-bound Payne Branham Carr. In this letter, Carr said he was thinking about dropping the exceptions for talk shows because he said some of them were motivated by partisan purposes. Where you are chairman of AFC, so this is actually what Stephen Colbert said. I saw it. I was like, oh, this is crazy. It should be something everybody should appreciate, but these people always twist it. It has been there for a very long time. This did not just start yesterday. So seeing them say, oh, Trump administration is trying to censor people, trying to do this, it's crazy. They will take offenses with things that we know they are just okay. At some point, I don't really want to even talk much about this. I want to appreciate people supporting, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly.
Now, in the name of transparency, can you put up facts before you...
As of the short clip you see at the end, that is for the white algorithm.
Gervais once told the award show crowd, "Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about people."
A person's home, it's very easy to understand.
When I look at that video, I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother.
Babies are upstairs watching. Y'all better be off them damn phones and watching me.
Thank you, everyone. I'm a little in shock about that.
Maduro.
Let your hatred and sit this one out.
Well, these guys.
There you go.
$1,500.
Let's see if they get the...
Well,
I want to see them get it.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin.
Can sit at either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
So you and your husband were friends?
Everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on zone. In one interview, she said,
We should have said nothing. The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have.
Absolute horror.
Hi, Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy. There is a quota system.
This is my 6th and last year hosting the Grammys. Song of the Year. Congratulations, Billie Eilish.